In the crucible of World War II, where the difference between life and death could be measured in fractions of seconds, and the reliability of a soldier's weapon often determined not only his own survival, but the fate of his entire unit, there existed firearms that transcended their mechanical origins to become symbols of hope, reliability, and unwavering dependability. Among the vast arsenal of weapons that shaped the course of the 20th century's most devastating conflict, few rifles have earned the kind of legendary status that comes not from marketing campaigns or military propaganda, but from the genuine trust and affection of the men who carried them into battle against the most formidable enemies in human history. This is the story of why soldiers trusted this rifle with their lives, a deep exploration of the M1 Garand rifle and the extraordinary relationship between American soldiers and the weapon that would become known as the greatest battle implement ever devised. We will uncover the fascinating history, brilliant engineering, and legendary reliability that made this rifle not just a tool of war, but a trusted companion that soldiers knew would function flawlessly when everything else around them was falling apart. This is more than just a story about a rifle. It is about the bond between warrior and weapon, the triumph of American industrial ingenuity, and the kind of mechanical perfection that could mean the difference between victory and defeat on the battlefields of Europe and the Pacific. Prepare to discover why General George S. Patton called the M1 Garand the greatest battle implement ever devised, and how this remarkable rifle earned a level of trust and devotion from American soldiers that has never been equaled by any other military firearm in history. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel right now for more incredible war secrets and the legendary military technologies that are reshaping the future of global defense. The M1 Garand emerged from the brilliant mind of John Cantius Garand, a Canadian-born American inventor whose obsession with creating the perfect semi-automatic rifle would consume nearly 2 decades of his life and ultimately revolutionize infantry warfare for generations to come. Working in the government arsenal at Springfield, Massachusetts during the 1920s and 1930s, Garand faced the seemingly impossible challenge of creating a semi-automatic rifle that could match the reliability and accuracy of bolt-action rifles while providing the rapid-fire capability that military planners recognized would be essential for future conflicts. The technical challenges were immense, creating a gas-operated system that could function reliably under the harsh conditions of combat, designing a rifle that could maintain accuracy despite the mechanical complexity of semi-automatic operation, and ensuring that the weapon could be manufactured in the massive quantities that would be required for a global war. Garand's solution was a masterpiece of mechanical engineering that combined innovative gas-operated cycling with a rotating bolt system that provided exceptional reliability and accuracy, while remaining simple enough for mass production and field maintenance by soldiers with minimal technical training. The rifle's distinctive N-block clip system, which fed 8 rounds into the rifle's internal magazine and ejected with the famous ping sound when empty, represented a perfect balance between firepower and simplicity that allowed soldiers to reload quickly while maintaining a relatively lightweight and compact weapon profile. The manufacturing process for the M1 Garand represented one of the greatest achievements in American industrial history, as factories across the United States retooled their production lines to produce the millions of rifles that would be needed to arm American forces and their allies throughout World War II. The precision required for manufacturing the rifle's complex internal mechanisms pushed American manufacturing technology to new levels of sophistication, while the quality control standards implemented to ensure that every rifle met exacting specifications established new benchmarks for military equipment production that would influence manufacturing practices for decades to come. The first test of soldiers' trust in the M1 Garand came during the early Pacific campaigns, where American forces faced Japanese troops who were renowned for their fanatical determination and willingness to fight to the death in close-quarters combat situations where rifle reliability was absolutely critical. American soldiers quickly discovered that the M1 Garand's semi-automatic capability gave them a decisive advantage over Japanese troops armed with bolt-action rifles, allowing them to deliver accurate, rapid fire that could stop banzai charges and provide the kind of sustained firepower that was essential for survival in the brutal jungle warfare of the Pacific Theater. The rifle's performance during the Guadalcanal campaign established its reputation among American soldiers as a weapon they could depend on absolutely, even under the most extreme conditions of heat, humidity, mud, and constant use that characterized Pacific combat. Soldiers reported that the M1 Garand continued to function flawlessly even when other equipment failed, when ammunition was scarce, and when maintenance opportunities were limited to whatever could be accomplished during brief lulls in combat. This reliability under extreme conditions created a bond of trust between soldiers and their rifles that went far beyond mere mechanical appreciation to become something approaching genuine affection for a weapon that had proven itself worthy of their lives. The European theatre provided even more dramatic evidence of why soldiers trusted the M1 Garand with their lives, as American forces faced German troops armed with some of the most advanced military equipment in the world, including the revolutionary STG-44 assault rifle that represented the cutting edge of small arms technology. Despite facing enemies with superior individual weapons in many cases, American soldiers consistently reported that they preferred their M1 Garands over any other rifle, including captured German weapons that they had opportunities to use because of the M1's unmatched reliability, accuracy, and the confidence that came from knowing exactly how their weapon would perform in any situation. The D-Day landings at Normandy provided perhaps the most dramatic demonstration of the M1 Garand's reliability and the trust that soldiers placed in it, as American forces stormed heavily defended beaches while carrying rifles that had been soaked in salt water, covered in sand, and subjected to the kind of abuse that would have rendered many weapons inoperable. Soldiers reported that their M1 Garands continued to function perfectly even after being submerged in seawater, dropped in sand, and used as improvised tools for everything from cutting wire to prying open ammunition crates, demonstrating a level of durability and reliability that exceeded even the most optimistic expectations of their designers. The psychological impact of carrying a completely reliable weapon cannot be overstated in understanding why soldiers trusted the M1 Garand with their lives, as the knowledge that their rifle would fire when they pulled the trigger provided a level of confidence that was essential for effective combat performance. Soldiers who had experienced weapon malfunctions in combat understood that mechanical failure at the wrong moment could mean death not only for themselves, but for their comrades who depended on their firepower for survival, making the M1 Garand's legendary reliability a source of comfort and confidence that extended far beyond its immediate tactical advantages. The rifle's distinctive sound signature, including the famous ping of the ejecting en-bloc clip, became so familiar to American soldiers that they could identify friendly forces by sound alone, while the weapon's consistent recoil characteristics and trigger feel allowed soldiers to develop muscle memory and shooting techniques that remained effective even under the stress and confusion of combat. This familiarity bred confidence, and confidence bred the kind of trust that made soldiers willing to stake their lives on their weapons' performance in the most critical moments of combat. Maintenance and field reliability represented another crucial factor in why soldiers trusted the M1 Garand, as the rifle was designed from the beginning to be maintained and repaired by soldiers in the field using basic tools and minimal technical knowledge. The weapon's modular design allowed for quick replacement of worn or damaged parts, while its robust construction meant that most maintenance issues could be resolved through simple cleaning and lubrication procedures that soldiers could perform even under combat conditions. Veterans consistently reported that the M1 Garand required less maintenance than other rifles they had used, while providing superior performance and reliability even when maintenance schedules were disrupted by combat operations. The rifle's ability to continue functioning even when dirty, wet, or damaged gave soldiers confidence that their weapon would be available when they needed it most, regardless of the conditions they faced or the length of time since their last opportunity for proper maintenance. The accuracy and effectiveness of the M1 Garand in combat situations provided the final element in building the trust that soldiers placed in the weapon, as its ability to deliver precise, lethal fire at extended ranges gave American forces a significant advantage over enemies armed with less accurate weapons. The rifle's .30-06 cartridge provided excellent ballistic performance and stopping power, while its semi-automatic operation allowed soldiers to engage multiple targets quickly without losing accuracy or having to operate a manual bolt action that could disrupt their aim and timing. Soldiers reported that the M1 Garand's accuracy remained consistent even after thousands of rounds had been fired, with many rifles maintaining their original accuracy specifications throughout entire combat deployments without requiring major repairs or adjustments. This long-term accuracy, combined with the rifle's reliability and ease of use, created a weapon system that soldiers could depend on completely, knowing that their rifle would perform exactly as expected, regardless of the circumstances they faced. The legacy of trust established by the M1 Garand extended far beyond World War II, influencing American military small arms development for decades and establishing design principles and reliability standards that continue to influence military rifle design today. The rifle demonstrated that soldiers' trust must be earned through consistent performance under the most demanding conditions, and that reliability, accuracy, and ease of use are more important than advanced features or technological complexity when lives are at stake. Modern military rifles continue to be measured against the standard of reliability and soldier confidence established by the M1 Garand, with designers recognizing that the most important characteristic of any military weapon is the trust that soldiers place in it when their lives depend on its performance. The M1 Garand proved that this trust cannot be manufactured or mandated, but must be earned through consistent, reliable performance in the crucible of combat, where mechanical failure means death and success means survival. Why soldiers trusted? This rifle with their lives represents more than just a story about a successful military weapon. It is a testament to the importance of reliability, quality, and attention to detail in creating tools that people will depend on in life or death situations. The M1 Garand demonstrated that trust is the most valuable characteristic any weapon can possess, and that this trust can only be built through consistent performance, thoughtful design, and the kind of mechanical excellence that never fails when it matters most. The story of the M1 Garand serves as a reminder that in both warfare and life, the most important tools are not necessarily the most advanced or sophisticated, but those that can be depended upon absolutely when everything else is uncertain. The rifle's legacy continues to influence military thinking and weapons development today, proving that the principles of reliability, simplicity, and trustworthiness that made it legendary remain as relevant now as they were on the battlefields of World War II. If this incredible story of why soldiers trusted this rifle with their lives has captivated you as much as it has captivated us, please make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. What other examples of military equipment that earned soldiers complete trust do you find most interesting? Do you believe that reliability and simplicity are more important than advanced features in military equipment? We'd love to hear your perspective on these remarkable achievements in military engineering and the human factors that make some weapons legendary. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more secrets of war and incredible stories of the weapons and technologies that shaped our world. Ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode, because we're committed to bringing you the most compelling stories that demonstrate how superior design and quality craftsmanship, combined with unparalleled reliability and attention to detail, can create legends that endure for generations and prove that true excellence in engineering never goes out of style.